Welcome to Total Retail Talks, your podcast channel for retail knowledge.
Hello, and welcome to episode 101 of Total Retail Talks. I'm Joe Keenan, Executive Editor of Total Retail. Today I'm joined by Anna Cole, Director of E-commerce Operations, User Experience, and Merchandising at Carhartt, a workwear manufacturer and retailer. We're going to be discussing Carhartt's new system for collecting product ratings and reviews, and how it's leveraging that data to make better informed decisions. Thanks for joining me today, Anna.
Thanks for having me, Joe. I'm excited to be here.
So you're working with a company called Turn2 and its new solution for a collection of product ratings and reviews. But I'm interested in kind of the channels Carhartt was collecting product ratings and reviews before it started working with this new system.
Sure. So we have been collecting ratings and reviews on the site since 2008. And really it's always been through our website. And then as we got the great information, we pushed it out to our wholesalers so that way they can take advantage of it too.
Was it on the product page on your site? Specifically, where on the site were you asking for ratings and reviews?
Yeah, that's a great question. It was only on our product detail page. And after you made a purchase, then we did send you an email too, asking you to come back and write that review. But those were our only two pushes to consumers.
Gotcha. So then why was Carhartt kind of in the market for a better system for collecting customer feedback specifically on its product? Was it a matter of lack of volume, or you weren't getting enough detailed information? Can you talk about kind of what prompted the decision to look for a new solution here?
Sure. So over the years, we really watched our return volume kind of stagnate. The emails didn't have the punch that they once did. Consumers seemed less willing to be able to click through or want to click through and continue through the writing of the review. And as we were looking at it and really taking a deep look at the UX, it really wasn't mobile friendly. And, over the years, more and more people are accessing the website and looking at the reviews and interacting with that through that mobile device. And so we really wanted a solution that thought about mobile and really tried to find ways that would remove the friction. And that's why we went out in the marketplace and started looking for a new solution. And
you ended up choosing Turn2. So my next question then is, what about Turn2's product was attractive to Carhartt?
It was clear from the beginning as we went through the different demos that they were a company that really thought about mobile first, right? And like you hear that everywhere. You sit in a lot of demonstrations and people say that they're thinking about mobile first, but sometimes you can clearly see that they were thinking more about desktop and re-engineering into mobile. And what we really liked is that they were able to put together a work stream for the consumer that really took away a lot of the friction and made it really easy and less clunky for them to be able to write a review. And they could do it very quickly and easily.
So you mentioned that mobile factor and how that was important as more and more of Carhartt's customers are shopping on mobile, then you want to get them to interact with reviews on that device. Can you share some of the results that Carhartt has seen since it started using Turn2 to help it with product rating and reviews collections? Has your volume increased? The quality of the reviews you're getting improved? Can you talk about some of the results you've seen here?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm very excited about the results. So we've been with Turn2 for 1 year officially. And since we joined Turn2, we've seen a 350% increase in our review volume, it's phenomenal. And when we take a look and we digest some of that review volume, what we see is about 25% of it was driven by a feature that was exclusive to Turn2, which is called Do More. And what that really means is if we have you engage and you're telling us about a product that you purchased, if you purchase more than one product for us, then we bubble up that next product and, give you the ability while you're engaged to also review that. And, that's been significant for us. And, the other thing that we've really seen some dramatic increase with is their inbox submission process. So when we first launched with them, you had a very mobile friendly experience, and you were still taken through a mobile friendly experience to write that review, but you had to leave the inbox to really write the review. So in March, we were able to turn on with Turn 2 their inbox submission. And since doing that, we've seen a 75% increase from the previous average submission. And so whereas before it was probably a 1.6% completion rate on those emails, now we're seeing about a 2.8% increase completion, which is huge for us.
Yeah, those are some great numbers. So then you're collecting all of this great data. I'm interested, kind of the next step in the process here is how are you using that data then that you're collecting about your customers? I mean, not about specifically about your customers, but about your products rather, to make merchandising decisions and other business decisions with the data you've collected.
Yeah, that's a great question. So our merchandising and marketing teams actively review the content. So we use the data to feed marketing campaigns as well as product information. So if we take a look at it from a marketing lens, especially when we're thinking about naming products or what we're going to put into product descriptions or descriptors of the products, we'll take a look at the words that the consumers are using to describe that product. What are those key attributes that we keep seeing come in over and over? And we want to make sure that our product descriptions and that our marketing, reflects how the consumers are thinking about our products. And then conversely, we want to also take a look at what people think about the products. That's very important to us. We have a reputation in industry for making very durable product. And if you're buying a Carhartt, you're buying something that's going to last. And so we live and die by the information that our consumers are sending back. And so we very quickly loop in our product design teams, so that way they can take a look at what's coming back, and we can reiterate or reimagine or envision a particular product if it is having an issue.
I would imagine, to your first point around some of the keywords and the descriptions about your products that customers are providing, that could be an effective use at Carhartt around your SEO strategy. Are you kind of looking at it that way, that the kind of take advantage of that rich data that you're getting to kind of drive SEO as well?
Yes, 100%. The previous solution we were on, it wasn't set up to be SEO friendly. And that was another reason why we wanted to make sure that we've got a solution that helped us with that. And we have certainly seen gains in our SEO rank with being able to bubble out such rich content.
And then have you gone to your second point around kind of getting this feedback on the products themselves? Has that impacted merchants at the company, their buying decisions on products? Your best sellers that they're getting the top reviews. Okay, maybe we want to stock more of these specific products, and then some of the others that maybe aren't getting the best reviews. You find ways that you can go back to the merchants can then go back and improve upon those products, or maybe scale down a little bit on ordering of them?
We certainly do. It 100% affects how we're going to order that product and move forward. And, too, if we see something that's gotten really bad reviews, if we have gone through and made some product improvements, then we make sure that we're bubbling that information up within that product description to let those consumers know that we've corrected the issue. And then, of course, it impacts our merchandising rank on the site, too. So, if we have a product that has lousy reviews on it, we're certainly not going to put it in that first position. We're going to put it a little bit lower on the page.
Yep. And then my final question, Anna, is, having worked with Turn 2 now for the last year and sort of kind of improving your ratings and reviews process and collection, and I'm interested, do you have any recommendations for other retailers for the way that they collect and use ratings and reviews for their businesses?
Sure. I think any time that you're looking to collect that information, it needs to be as easy and friction-free for the consumer. So that way they'll be willing to give you that information. As soon as you make it a little bit hard, they're going to drop off because they have better things to do with their time. So the most you can streamline that, the better. And ratings and reviews, we believe here, are really the purest form of a consumer's feedback. And we really look at it as a good predictor of consumer satisfaction, not only with the product, but with the brand and their future purchase behavior. So while it's a great marketing tool and a very good consumer tool to aid them in the purchase decision, it's even a more powerful tool for the brand to be able to understand, predict that consumer and product life cycle.
Great. Well, that's some really good information. And I want to take this opportunity to thank Anna Cole of Carhartt for joining me today. Please check out our podcast channel page, mytotalretail.com/podcasts for show notes. Total Retail Talks is available on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher, so make sure to subscribe on our podcast channel page as well. Thanks, and I look forward to you joining us on the next episode of Total Retail Talks.